Hi, my name is Alan from Alan Way Property. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Selective En Bloc Redevelopment Scheme, or SERS for short. I will discuss the latest SERS project along Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3. What are the benefits and compensation for the SERS owner? In addition, I will also openly share the next SERS potential project right in the heart of Singapore. So please remember to give the thumbs up to this video. Let's dive straight into the discussion. SERS is a HDB initiative to rejuvenate older housing estates. If you are the SERS residents, you will get the opportunity to move to a new home with a fresh 99 years lease and continue living close to your current neighbors. SERS flat owners will also be given a package comprising compensation and rehousing benefits. To date, there are a total of 81 SERS projects that have benefited more than 40,000 households. The first SERS took place in August 1995, when a cluster of old HDB flats along Boon Tiong Road and Tiong Bahru Road were torn down and replacement flats were built in its place. Subsequently, more SERS are announced from Toa Payoh to Redhill, Clementi to Tanglin Halt, and so on. Many Singaporeans have benefited from SERS. Why? Well, they know that they will be well taken care of. They know the government will compensate them handsomely, not with cash, but rather cash in kind, in terms of a brand new replacement flat. It is an open secret that HDB price these replacement flats attractively to SERS owners so that they can afford them. That is why many SERS owners have no objection to SERS. They are more than happy to relocate to a newer flat. Interestingly, if this kind of resettlement exercise is conducted in other countries, you will face countless protests and objections. But not in Singapore. Well done, HDB. Here, let me share the latest SERS project in Ang Mo Kio. This block 562 to 565 Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3 is the latest site to be announced for SERS. A typical SERS project takes 6 to 7 years. This is the timeline for the Ang Mo Kio project, from announcement to assessing the value of the flat, to booking of new flats, to collecting of keys and moving into the new flats. HDB will pay you the compensation based on the market value of your flat as at the time of SERS announcement, and some reasonable expenses to help you move. They will take into account the transacted price of comparable resale flats, plus factor in the size, height, balance lease, renovation and facing. They will also provide additional removal allowance to derive the estimated compensation amount. The 3 rooms and 4 rooms flats compensation are as follows. The replacement flat for these SERS owners will be relocated along Ang Mo Kio Avenue 5, in between Nanyang Polytechnic and ITE College Central. These new flats will boast modern architectural designs and lush landscape features. There are 1,065 new flats to choose from. These are some of the show flat model of the replacement flats. 6 tower blocks with a multi-story car park and communal facilities. Most importantly, these are the selling price of the SERS replacement flats. 2-room flexi will start from 169,000, 3-room from 292,000, 4-room from 396,000 to 563,000. For those who say this is expensive, I can only say this is lao sai prices. As mentioned by HDB, the new flats will be sold at subsidized price and frozen at the time of the SERS announcement. They are not subjected to further market movement, thereby providing SERS flat owners with greater certainty. Let me share with you what is the resale price for comparable resale flats. This cluster is known as Teck Ghee Vista. They are also SERS replacement flats. They have a remaining lease of 88 years. The average 3-room resale price is between 500,000 to 600,000. 4-room easily from 700,000 to 800,000. And 5-room from 900,000 to $1 million. HDB has addressed how some of the seniors can pay for their replacement flats with the various housing options. They even have calculated with some examples. Here, I wouldn't be discussing them in details. You can refer to the links in the description below. HDB also share the various rehousing benefits for different scenarios, such as if you are a first or second timer having a non-citizen spouse household, to a Singapore permanent residence household, or a single citizen household, or a third timer and household who has had SERS benefits before. Interestingly, if you are a private property owner and own a SERS flat, HDB state that if you buy a new replacement flat, you must live in the new flat after its completion, while keeping the private property for investment. Not bad, huh? Can keep private without MOP. I also wouldn't mind. Here, you are in for the treat. I suppose never has anyone shared so openly before regarding the next SERS potential project. A big disclaimer here, this is purely my speculation. Whether it happen or not depend on HDB and with some luck. Neither do I have any insider information. This area is none other than Chin Swee View. There are a total of 11 blocks bound by CTE and Havelock Road. The road names surrounding this small estate are York Hill, Jalan Minyak to Jalan Kukup. There is even a hawker center here. Most of the flats are rental flats, with only a handful being resale 2 to 3 room flats. This is the floor plan of a typical rental blocks, with units facing one another along a long dark corridor. When I see this floor plan, this reminds me of some condos that are also designed this way. Brother and sister, how not to shake your head like that? Design condo must also have some standard leh. Back to why Chin Swee is the next SERS site. I use my real estate knowledge and feel of the ground to justify my argument. This after analysing more than a dozen HDB clusters that also have SERS potential. To me, Chin Swee is the creme de la creme, the best among the best. Firstly, it's located in District 3. CBD leh, how to go wrong? Pearl Bank Apartment and Landmark Tower have already said bye-bye. How can Swee still be there? Secondly, CBD has no more land ready. Our land must always be used for the highest and best use. The plot ratio for Chin Swee is only a low 2.1. The land surrounding Pearl Hill City Park is already touching 8.4. Moreover, the land it sits on belongs to HDB or the state. With a stroke of a pen, the planners can easily increase the plot ratio for new development. This will offer more housing options to meet the aspiration of more prime flats that benefit Singaporeans. Thirdly, these flats have a lease commencing from June 1971, with a remaining lease of 46 years. They are easily 53 years old. These flats are old, but the surrounding is very well maintained. This is why I call God standard even for low-income community in Singapore. These aging flats are ripe for redevelopment. It is only a matter of when. Fourthly, most of these flats are rental flats. This means HDB does not need to compensate them as much as if they are resale units. However, I believe HDB is very compassionate and may provide alternative housing and even support for low-income families to give them a leg up to own their own flats. This is the beautiful part of public housings. Low-income family can uplift themselves even with a humble HDB flat. Here, living in this area is not for the faint-hearted. This is a very challenging place to live in, if you know what I mean. 1 plus 1 is not equal to 2. For seniors, you can't really do much with a shorter runway. I doubt you will even be watching this video. However, for those young people who are living in this area, keep faith, study hard, and avoid bad companies. I strongly believe with a good education, you can progress well in life. If you need inspiration, just go to the nearby state court to witness how lawyers are arguing their case in court. Our law minister, Mr. Shanmugam, is a good example. He used to stay in a rental flat in Ghim Moh and subsequently upgraded to a GCB in Queen Street Park nearby. Nothing is impossible. Just across the street is Robinson Quay with $1 million private homes. I believe if you study and work hard, you can always tell your story that you used to stay across the road. Many HDB owners watching this video has also done it before. Nothing is impossible. That's all. Hope you enjoyed this SERS video. Nothing to sell to you here. But if you have any housing plans, appreciate if you can give me a leg up. See you soon.